So stay focused, stay in the zone. But they do look like they've got goals in this team. That was a big problem last year. For all their problems, goalkeeper, defensively, they weren't a goal threat. But today, even though they've scored 2, they still look as if going, yeah, there's goals in this group of players. And some of the attacking players today look like, again, there's a bit of a swagger about them. And I like that. And it wasn't a cockiness. It was like, yeah, confidence, give me the ball, I'll deal with it. I'm playing at Anfield, like Cantona and all these players used to go, yeah, give me the ball, I can deal with it. And they dealt with it. They've now got a build in it. But certainly good vibes. We see clips in the dressing rooms there. And success is good. It's great to be successful, even if it's a big game at Liverpool. But no, carry it on. I'll repeat that to the players. You've got to keep going now and build and have a really good season. There's been a lot of positive over the last week. There's been criticism. We spoke about the owner saying, oh, the manager's here for the next 2 or 3 years. And we say, well, results will dictate that.
We'll get back to Keno in just a quick second, but remember, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button so that you know when the next Big D video hits. And as ever, if there's something on your mind, if something is bubbling up inside of you that you need to express, please express it in the comments. Big D reads all of the comments, and he's always interested in what is on your mind. Well, an absolutely fantastic victory for Manchester United at Anfield against Liverpool, 2-1. The Big D will fully analyse his opinion after this little clip, but in this clip, Roy Keane and Jamie give their full analysis of what is a brilliant, much-needed boost for Ruben Amorim's side. He talks about Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes, and where possibly this team could go based on today's victory. But anyway, here's Roy, and if you've got anything to say, please put it in the comments. Big D reads all of the comments, and he's always interested in what is on your mind. Here's Roy.
Their performance, and in terms of Harry Maguire's performance in particular, Roy, I know that you weren't necessarily convinced that he was the right player to start this game, but did he prove Amorim right?
Yeah, of course, but the manager brought him in, he mentioned before, again, because of his experience and the fact he's a goal threat, and not just obviously his winner today. Defensively, some of the headers he put in was absolutely fantastic. And we know he's capable of doing that. That's the foundation of his career. But my worry always is that getting isolated and getting caught 1v1s in terms of his pace. But he obviously got away with that today because he used the experience and he done well and he dug deep. And the win will give the players that belief about winning football matches. The key now for this group of players is you got to keep winning. And also the good thing is for some of the new players who've come to the club, the attacking players, they haven't got the negativity of last season where it was really bad stats. They're coming to United and going, yeah, this is good. This vibe is good. They're winning a few matches now. They've got the back-to-back. They've won at Liverpool. Obviously, we know that it's not easy for Man United players. So we've got to take that belief now, as Harry just said, into the game next week. We'll go against Brighton. That's the key now. Enjoy a little bit of success tonight. No doubt the fans will have a few drinks, but make sure you've got a free week. No real distractions for United over the next few months now. Obviously, European football, etc. So stay focused, stay in the zone. But they do look like they've got goals in this team. That was a big problem last year. For all their problems, goalkeeper, defensively, they weren't a goal threat. But today, even though they've scored 2, they still look as if going, yeah, there's goals in this group of players. And some of the attacking players today look like, again, there's a bit of a swagger about them. And I like that. And it wasn't a cockiness. It was like, yeah, confidence, give me the ball, I'll deal with it. I'm playing at Anfield, like Cantona and all these players used to go, yeah, give me the ball, I can deal with it. And they dealt with it. They've now got a build in it. But certainly good vibes. We see clips in the dressing rooms there. And success is good. It's great to be successful, even if it's a big game at Liverpool. But no, carry it on. I'll repeat that to the players. You've got to keep going now and build and have a really good season. There's been a lot of positive over the last week. There's been criticism. We spoke about the owner saying, oh, the manager's here for the next 2 or 3 years. And we say, well, results will dictate that. But if you can get performance and results like that today, then he will be here for 3 years.
I was just thinking that, and it's quite unprecedented what he came out and said, and he almost got ridiculed for it to a certain extent. But maybe it changed that whole dressing room. The players that maybe aren't quite keen on Ruben Amorim, maybe his backroom staff, maybe he's going to be surplus, and let's shut everybody up. He's here, so let's get on with it now. And you can see maybe that creates a bit of togetherness. And like Roy says, they've signed a couple of gems. Sesko, the jury is still out a little bit, but in Cunha and Mbeumo, they've got players that look like they deserve to be in a Man United shirt. And there's been a few that don't look like, not only do they not want to be it in a Man United shirt, they don't look like they can handle the pressure that comes with it. Cunha handles the ball, he wants it in tight situations, he looks a class act, and Mbeumo's a massive goal threat. So they do look, to a certain extent, a lot better team. Now, they still need a few pieces in that jigsaw puzzle, but there were so many positives today. We talk about tactics, Roy said it just after the game, goes out the window in these games. There's been so many times when you maybe don't play that well, but you dig in and you get a result, maybe good challenges, a little bit of luck along the way, and they rode their luck. But they still had the big moments. And no matter what gets said about Bruno Fernandes, and he does get a lot of stick, that ball for the winning goal is world class, and that's what he brings to this team.
And Roy, you said it as well, that it was very important that the senior players were there to try and make things easier for the...
In that in the nicest way. He does have a good habit of getting his head on things. He reads it well.
He did it late on in Europe last season, and he almost did it here at Anfield last season against Liverpool, where he...
They go up with a purpose. They go up and go, I'm going to go up and do something here, and they can read the flight of the ball, they get into good positions. He looks forward, and that's a big plus to him.
And the ball from Bruno, because what he does, Roy said it, he didn't take a touch. So what that does is doesn't give the Liverpool defence to set themselves. So they end up with, I think it's De Ligt, Maguire, but that's when you need Harry Maguire, in fairness. He's the best at heading the ball. And it was a world-class ball, it really was.
Drink that in. A 2-1 win over Liverpool at Anfield. Let that sink in. It wasn't a smash and grab. It wasn't a lucky break. That was a proper performance. It was grit, it was graft, it was guile, and for once, goals. And here I am, and I'm telling you, this was one of those days where you remember why you fell in love with this club in the first place. But with Roy Keane, this guy has made a second career out of tearing Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire to shreds on live telly. He's done it for the past, 7 years, ever since he signed for United. So when he says he's impressed with Harry Maguire, when he praises them both, and Bruno Fernandes, of course, for showing bottle, you better believe it meant something. And Maguire, the punchline of every United meme for years, actually looked like a captain today. And Bruno, who usually gets stick for moaning or for throwing arms around, he kept it pretty tidy and led with purpose, but I still don't think he should be in central midfield, but credit where credit's due. He stepped up, and that was a good assist for Harry Maguire. But let's not pretend that this match was perfect. Dorgu looked vulnerable. He was at fault for the equaliser. It was just too easy. Poor positioning, and he didn't read the game well. And he had a bit of sort of rabbit in the headlights look to him, to be honest. And that said, the rest of the back line looked quite sharp. Cunha, he looks like a more athletic Eric Cantona. He had swagger, strength, vision. He's not just here to make up the numbers. I'm telling you now, he's going to be a massive player moving forward. And Mbeumo, that guy ran himself into the ground. And when the final whistle goes and he looks like he's done 10 rounds with, Mike Tyson, that's what you want to see. That's United DNA. Exhaust yourself for the shirt, for the badge, for the fans. And that's what makes this win taste even sweeter. Against the Scousers, come on. Now, Sesko was decent. It wasn't spectacular, but, the system is starting to click. Ruben Amorim, he might just be building something here. He was, he was under a bit of pressure, obviously. Let's not pretend he wasn't. The media were circling. Pundits were questioning. But Sir Jim Ratcliffe backed him. 3 years minimum. And this win, well, it makes that backing look very, very smart indeed. And even Roy Keane conceded it. If United keep playing like this, Ruben Amorim deserves more time. And the man has a plan, and for once, the players look like they're actually following it as well. Casemiro, he was a bit reckless. He got booked, had to come off. Same with Diallo. And I think Amorim made the right call there. He took off risks before they became red cards, which is quite sensible. And the goalkeeper, Senne Lammens, what a presence. The confidence he gives the back line, it's just massive. 2 good games in a row now. He's made a couple of key saves. And finally, we've got a reliable keeper, and that's all he needs to be, reliable. That's it. But United played well in big games before. That's not new. We beat Chelsea this season. We've outplayed Arsenal a couple of times as well. But it's consistency against the smaller teams. Beating Sunderland last week, that mattered. Beating Brighton next week matters even more. Win that, and maybe, just maybe, we can say something's truly changed. Maybe. Now, we're 9th in the league now, I think. I think it's something like 2 points behind Liverpool, 6 behind Arsenal. We've only played about 8 or 9 games. There's time, there's hope. Now, for once, there's belief. Now, I'm not getting carried away. This isn't 1999. But it might just be a little bit of a spark, a glimmer, the pivot point, a little breakthrough maybe. But the big question is, can Bruno Fernandes continue to accept playing out of position? Can he maintain form in a deeper role? Personally, as I've said before, I want him closer to goal. He's our most dangerous creator. He unlocks things, but if he's willing to sacrifice for the team, lead from the front, then you can't knock him really. You can only respect that. And this is all without Ugarte or a proper midfield partner next to Casemiro. Now, imagine what this team could be with one more midfield engine in there, alongside Casemiro or Ugarte or Cubby. And let's also not forget what this means to the fans. To go to Anfield and win, especially after years of decline, it's huge. The passion, the history, the rivalry, United versus Liverpool. It isn't just a match, it's a cultural event. It's a measuring stick, and today United stood tall. So yeah, this is the big D, and he's buzzing. I'm not naive, I've been around the block. I'm not blind to the flaws, but for once there's a bit of fire back in our bellies. There's a scent of the old days, and if this means, or should I say, if this team keeps pushing, keeps believing, who knows? Man United are rising, slowly, grittily, relentlessly. One win at a time. We'll see, but what do you guys think? Thoughts in the comments. What did you think of the game? Who was your man of the match? Let me know in the comments, and the Big D will see you in the next one.